Good. They didn't hear my redness, but that's fine. All they really need is some IPAs, right? So I want to start on Facebook. I want to go on our stories. I've been kind of implementing this and it's been helping me a lot. If you guys notice, a lot of the same people tend to watch you every single day, right? Some are thrivers, some aren't, whatever. New people, if you're growing your network daily, you should constantly have new eyes, right? I have been going, so I want to take the next 4 minutes and I want to go into your story on Facebook, go all the way to the back. Sorry, I'm still admitting y'all. Go all the way to the back in your story. It's probably the story that's about to expire, you know, within like a couple of minutes. It's been up there for about 23 hours. So you've had a full 24 hours of people viewing it. Go through those people, not thrivers, okay? Not your promoters, not your customers, none of them. Non-thrivers for the next 4 minutes and interact with every single one of those people, because those people are already watching you. They're already interacting with your stuff. They clearly already like what you're, you know, you guys are, they clearly like to watch you. So go and show them love back. I've been really implementing this into my business. Even if I take a couple minutes a day and do it, it's really helped me. Same thing on Instagram. We're going to do it over there too, but I do the same thing. Same with my posts. If you have a post that's been up in the same 4 to 5 minutes, I'm going to set a timer. I'm just going to talk while you do it for a minute. If you go to your post, say you're somebody that posts every day, I'm not sure. I do personally. I like to go back after my post has been up for about 24 hours. I like to go back up over to that post and I like to see who's liked it, who's interacted with it, who's commented on it. Did I interact with all those people? I never reply to comments right away because it messes with your algorithm. I like to kind of let people comment on there for a little bit, couple hours or so, and then I'll go in, sometimes even the next day, and I'll interact with every single one of those, or a couple at a time. I'll interact with a couple, wait a couple hours, go back in, like a couple, you know what I mean? Because then it's popping back up on the news feed for those people. So you're kind of telling the algorithm like, okay, these people want to see it, like you're interacting back with them, but you're doing it at different time frames. That's also helped me a lot. So let's take the next 5 minutes to do whichever you need to do for your business, interacting on your latest story with the people that are watching you, or interacting on your post with the people that are interacting with you if you haven't responded back to them, or maybe they didn't comment, they just liked it, go show them love. Non-thrivers, y'all. We have about 4-ish minutes left. And another thing, if you're noticing for a while there, I was noticing that a lot of my, the people that are viewing my stories were thrivers, right? So I don't want to interact with them. Obviously, I love y'all, but I do that at a specific time, not when I'm doing focused IPAs and such like that. So if you're seeing a lot of just thrivers looking at your stuff, that means that you're not interacting enough with other people. When you start interacting with other people, it is 99.9% positive that they are going to come and look at your stories. They're going to interact back with you. They're going to want to know who you are. They're nosy. People are nosy, y'all. So make sure you're doing that. I'm just going to mute myself in case some of my stories. Hold on a second. If you are just hopping on, we are spending about 2 more minutes interacting on our latest story. So the one that's about to expire. On your story, you scroll all the way back, go and interact with the people that are watching you, non-thrivers, people that are interacting with your stories. Maybe you haven't responded to your latest post. There's people on there that you didn't respond to. Take the next about almost 2 minutes to do that. All right, y'all, we have about 10 seconds left. For people hopping on, we're finishing up right now, interacting with our latest story. We have about 1 second, so we're just gonna move on. There it is. So let's go ahead now and interact on our, let's do Facebook stories for the next 5 minutes. I'll set a timer for 5 minutes. And again, no thrivers. If you're seeing thrivers through there, make sure you're muting them. You can go in and interact with your promoters, your customers, you know, whichever. Like I do a specific time, usually a couple times a week, and I interact with them. But don't take this time to do that. So go and interact on stories for the next 5 minutes. If you're new on here, the way that I like to do that is I like to go into my messenger, there's a little tab at the bottom. You'll see chats and people. If you click people, that's going to show you everybody's story right there. So you don't kind of have to scroll through 900 stories. You can kind of just scroll all the way to the bottom there, click the last one, and interact through the way back. I've been kind of interacting here. I'll set the timer. I've been interacting from like the middle to the back and then middle to the front, you know, different times of the day. So whichever you need to do for your business, whether you need to work at the back of your stories, front of your stories, do that for the next 5 minutes, y'all. right, there's the timer for stories. So depending on, sometimes I like to, it kind of depends on my day, obviously. Some people do really well interacting on their most recent feed first thing in the morning. Some people don't do so well first thing in the morning. I am that person. My algorithm just seems to be hopping more on the most recent at night. So I'm going to take the next 5 minutes to interact on my most recent feed on Facebook. But if y'all want to just, you know, interact on your regular feed too, it's completely up to you, whatever you need to do for your business. Let's do that for the next 5 minutes. If you are new on here, the way you get to your most recent Facebook feed is you go to your little menu tab and you're going to see it as one of your options with your groups and such like that. It's going to show most recent and you'll be able to click it right there. Another tool that I have also been doing is people that I want to see first. If I am interacting with somebody and my algorithm just doesn't always show them to me, or I feel like I interact with people and then it kind of falls off because I'm adding some new people and then I forget about the old people. I like to mark those people that my potentials as my favorites. So you'll see when you're scrolling through there, like there's a little star by their name, like, or on their post or whatever. You can mark them as your favorite or go to the menu and say add to favorites. When you're scrolling your news feed, the way you get to your favorites, when you're scrolling your news feed, if you scroll and then happen to like just scroll back up quickly, you're going to see it's going to show like feed, most recent, and then favorites. And there you have a whole feed of just all of those people that you marked as your favorites, those people that you want to make sure that you're constantly interacting with. So that's a tool that I've been using. So for the next 5 minutes, we are going to go ahead and do that. Sorry, I had to go and get a phone charger. I was not ignoring y'all. My cat is meowing, so I muted myself. You don't see favorites. Okay, so I'm gonna see if my phone will let me show you. You're gonna, you know, scroll Facebook, right? You're scrolling. Hold on, let me zoom this in. So you're gonna scroll. Oh, look at that little face. He's so cute. Okay, and then you go back up. And then you're just going to do it quickly. See how at the top there, it shows you, blah, is it going to show you? Home, favorites, recent, right there. But you have to kind of like scroll your news feed and then just literally scroll up like that. And it's going to show you home, favorites, recent, and you can click favorites right there. I don't know if you can get to there. Yep, you can. Okay, you can also, so when you want to scroll that feed, you can also get there by going to your menu button. So you're gonna go, this camera. Okay, so you're gonna get into your menu here, and then you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna see a button that says recent and favorites. Boom, right there. And then you click that, and that's gonna bring you to that recent that you can click the favorites or the recent. It's gonna give you the two options also. So that way you can scroll through the favorites feed. If you just hopped on, we're interacting on our Facebook feed, your most recent or your regular feed for the next about minute or so. This is my life, y'all. This is literally my life. I swear to God. I swear to God, this is my life. Thank you for telling me, because last time I didn't even notice, okay? Because when I clicked mute, it didn't even. Anyway, last week I did this and I literally went on and on and on. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you. So we're going to go grow our network for 5 minutes on Facebook. It's a lot harder to do on Facebook than it is on Instagram for me. Instagram, we kind of have the explore feed. We have hashtags, you know, we have all the goods on Instagram. Facebook, groups. If you are somebody who is maybe having a hard time in groups, I'm telling you to, if you think something is so weird, right? You have a hobby and you're like, nobody's going to love this. Nobody does this. Cooking, shopping, thrifting, dog mom, cat mom. Get down to the nitty gritty in the state that you're in. New Hampshire boy mom, New Hampshire cat mom, whatever it is. Get in all these groups. I try to get in groups that have 5K or less members. I go in, I interact with those people. I don't just go in and mass add them, because just because somebody's a cat mom like I am, does not mean that we're going to have anything in common other than that. But just because we don't have anything in common also doesn't mean they're not going to join. So it's a, you know what I mean? You want to get people. You don't want to think of it as a sale. You don't want to go and add people and think, oh, these people need Thrive in their life. No, you want to go and say, I would go out to lunch with this person. Like I would go and sit down and have a conversation with this person. So if you are somebody who has been struggling with groups, take the next 5 minutes and go and add some groups that have something to do with you, your hobbies, what you like to do. Maybe you're somebody who likes to cook, or maybe you're somebody who likes to go shopping, a certain store. I'm in Hobby Lobby groups, TJ Maxx groups. I'm in thrift shop groups, like cat mom groups, you name it. My mom passed away, so I'm in grief groups and stuff like that. Get down to that personal, y'all, because you're going to find your people in there. And if you are already in groups, go ahead and take the next 5 minutes, interact in your groups. If you maybe have a lot of groups that are inactive, maybe you have had the same Facebook since high school, go ahead and take the next 5 minutes and maybe unfollow those inactive ones, make room for new ones. I like to hide them from my feed also. I like to go in and interact with them on my own time. So when I'm scrolling and I'm doing feed interactions, I'm not just seeing a bunch of groups. So yeah, let's take the next 5 minutes and do that. If you have questions, let me know. All right, y'all, we have about another minute left, and then we're gonna hop on over to Instagram. So I unmuted that time. Yeah. Okay. All right, we've been on for 40 minutes. So let's go ahead and switch over to Instagram. Let's start on our latest story. Go to all the way back to the one that's been on the latest, about to run out on your story. Interact with those people for about 3 minutes. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes this time. And then when y'all get off here, if you have a post or anything like that, that you guys want to, maybe go back in, interact with the people that you didn't answer to, see who's interacting with your post on Instagram, just like we did Facebook, go and show them love. They're watching you already. Clearly they're interested. So go and build that relationship with them. Let's take the next 3 minutes to do that. All right, now let's go ahead and interact on Instagram stories. I already interacted on the beginning of my feed this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and start in about the middle. If you're new, I like to scroll to about the middle to the end. You can either scroll all the way to the end and work your way all the way back, or you can kind of time block it. So go all the way to the back to the middle, or middle to back, and then middle to front at a different time. Take the next 4 minutes and do that. If you were just hopping on, we have about another minute and a half on. We are interacting on Instagram stories for about another minute and a half. All right, y'all, the timer's up for that. So let's go ahead and interact on our IG feed for about 4 minutes. And make sure you're saying things that are going to make somebody respond to you. You don't want them to just heart it, like it, whatever, pass by it. Make sure you're stating something that's either going to get them to interact back with you, end it with a question, whichever it is. If you're genuinely interested in their hair color or their recipe or where their kid got whatever, or where their kid's outfit is, or where you got that cat toy or dog toy, or whichever it is, make sure you're genuinely asking them a question or talking to them as though they were sitting right next to you. So let's do that for the next 4 minutes. And this is kind of where I'll unfollow too. We have about 10 seconds left, but as I'm going through and I'm interacting, same with my stories, y'all, I don't really unfollow at a certain time because then I get stuck unfollowing and mass unfollowing, and you don't want to do that. So I'll kind of just unfollow as I go. If I find I'm not interacting with people over and over and over again, I'm just going to unfollow them. So let's finish up here and then I'll let you guys hop off. We've been on for about an hour. Excuse my boyfriend. He plays video games. Sorry. We're going to grow our network on Instagram for 5 minutes. So if you're new, the way that you can do this, I'm trying to talk over him, is, believe it or not, he's on the other side of the house and you would never know it, in his own game room, and I can still hear him. I like to search tags that have to do with my fives, the town I live in, the town I work in, the state I live in, etc. I like to use my cat mom, if you're a dog mom, boy mom, whichever. I like to use the hashtags that I put in my pictures. I like to follow those, see who else is using those. I like to also, if I find that I'm really vibing with somebody, I like to go through there. I do not go through other Thrivers friends in mass ad through there. Those are their potentials. Those are their people. I stay away. If I even have a couple mutual Thrivers in common, I don't do it. I want new people. I want new eyes. I want new eyes on me, and I don't want to be competing against 40 other people to get seen. So I steer clear of that. So let's take the next 3 minutes and then I'll let you guys hop off. Whenever you're done, go ahead and hop off and I'll end it after 3 minutes. Let's go around network, and happy end of month. Y'all, do not count yourself out of anything yet. We still have plenty of end of month left. Go get off here and run your damn business. I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, y'all, there's the timer. I love y'all. Happy end of month.